All right, welcome. This is our March Coach Sneak Peek. We are going to dig into what it means to be a coach. We have Lynn live here today, so we have some conversation too. Like Lynn, feel free to pop in and ask questions. But we're gonna go ahead and present this. And Lynn, if you can just give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen and everything. Good, all right. So I want to talk through today what it means to be a coach. So first off, question is, who are we as coaches? And really, we are women who want to live a healthy and fit lifestyle. We do not want to yo-yo. We want to make this a part of our DNA. We all believe in the power of hard work. And we also believe that through our fitness, we build resilience to anything that life can throw us. Taking care of ourselves and our fitness and our health is a way to manage whatever goes on in life. I also truly believe that when you take time to focus on yourself and really commit to yourself daily in terms of health and fitness, you find your inner voice and you feel confident in being who you are and aligning with who you are to the outer world. And by doing that, we give others permission to do the same, and we change lives one by one. In terms of who is on our team, we have a super diverse group of people, which I think is super awesome. We have everyone from stay-at-home moms to teachers, nurses, writers, fundraisers, social workers, sales execs, marketing professionals, accountants, event planners, realtors, graphic designers, administrators, PTs. We have people that work part-time, that work full-time, that do coaching full-time. Like, there is just a wide variety of people on our team. We have people with kids, no kids, it's just a really big group of people. And I think the point of this is that coaching, it can work for anybody. Like, you get to define what coaching means for you, and you don't have to copy or mimic, what anyone else is doing. You make it work for you. So if we haven't met, my name is Mel, and I have been doing this for about 4 years. I was a marathoner. I have always loved fitness. I did tennis in high school. I always loved to run. And I would go to the gym. I would go to the gym for an hour. I would pull up a random Pinterest workout, or I would do the Jillian Michaels shredded DVD at home. And I would say I'm going to do this 3 times a week. And that never stuck. So, I dabbled in fitness. I ran marathons, and I always felt a little bit disappointed, gosh, I thought I'd be fitter by now, or I thought I'd be able to do this, and I always found myself, just not happy with my results in terms of how much work I was putting into it. I also was postpartum about 8 weeks with my second baby. I was VP of marketing, going back to that full-time job, which was stressful. And I struggled with postpartum depression with my first, and I could feel it coming on with my second. And I was like, oh, I need to do something. I need to get ahead of this. I don't have time to go to classes. I don't have time to go to the gym. I need to do something. And my best friend, Megan, was working out at home with her sister-in-law, Lauren. And I was like, okay, I could try that. At-home workouts have never worked for me before, but I can do that. And I did 21 Day Fix to start. And I was like, oh, this is good. I've seen results. It was really easy. I did 21 Day Fix Extreme, and then I did 80 Day Obsession. And 80 Day Obsession, it changed me not only physically, but internally. I mean, I had a total transformation. I was in a really negative, toxic workplace. I had a male CEO who was verbally abusive, and I was just really down on myself. And doing 80 Day Obsession gave me my confidence again. It gave me my spark. It gave me everything that I had been missing. And I'd say coaching gave me the confidence to actually leave that toxic workplace and do other things. But I truly believe that, and I'm so passionate about helping others with this because I know what it's done for me. And I've seen this happen for hundreds of women. And so really now I'm just a confident, healthy, almost 36-year-old who I just feel like I'm living life aligned with how I feel on the inside. It's how I live my life on the outside, which is really special. Normally my coach Megan does these with me, but she can't today. But Megan is awesome. I don't know if you've seen her in any of the groups. But Megan also went to Cedarburg with us. And we weren't really close in high school, but through coaching, we've gotten to be really close. And she was postpartum with her first, and she saw me working out, and she's like, all right, I'm just gonna do whatever you're doing. And she, like, in her first postpartum journey, lost 25 pounds, like found herself, and just really focuses on thriving in life instead of surviving, and has a really big team now as well, which is really awesome. So she works full time and coaches and has 2 kids now, like girlfriend is super mom. Okay, so what do we do as coaches? So the first, like we talked about, Lynn, is we have fun and we work out. Like, we focus on ourselves in terms of our health and fitness. We focus on personal development, really putting those positive messages in our head every day. I just shared a video from Jim Quick about how our brain is a supercomputer and self-talk is the programming. So the things that we tell ourselves on a daily basis, that is us programming our brain. It's just like, when you think about it that way, you're like, oh yeah, like, of course I'm having a bad time when I'm in negative self-talk, or of course I'm having a really good time when I'm like talking positively to myself or taking in positive things. It's really windy here. Can you still hear me okay? Okay. The second thing we do is we share our journey. Now, this can be in multiple fashions. It doesn't have to be on social media. You can share your journey in emails, in person. I met up with an old friend this week, and I was like, why are you not working out with me? And she's like, oh gosh, okay, fine. And she signed up. So it can be like in one-to-one conversations. It can, it can just be with anybody. But really, the goal is that we focus on ourselves and we share how, so that we can inspire other people to do the same. As coaches, we run fun and sometimes themed virtual challenge groups. I know you've been in a lot of those, Lynn, but the cool thing about joining our team is that Lauren, myself, Katie has even run groups, and you can copy any of those groups. So like, you could decide, like, you know what, Mel, I think I'm ready to run a 21-day fitness group. Okay, here's the content. Like, we have all of that done, so you can choose to edit it, do your own, or kind of work from stuff that we've already done. But these accountability groups are the magic, right? Our daily coaching is the magic. I have so many people that they go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, you need to lose weight, you need to do this, you need to get these numbers down, but then they don't get the how. And there's a functional medicine doctor that I follow, called his name is Dr. Mark Hyland. And he actually argues that for preventative health and that for daily health, community is more important than a doctor, because the daily habits is what is going to change your health. So our daily accountability groups, they matter. And then the last thing is that we just encourage people to not break promises to themselves. Like, sadly, your coach didn't follow up with you to be like, hey, Lynn, I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on? Anybody that signs up with me, they get a weekly email from me. It's like, hey, here's what you can hop into. Here's some recipes I'm loving right now. Here's a positive quote. Like, I want to make sure that people know that I see them, I hear them, and that they're always welcome to join if they haven't been in for a while. And the last thing is, we're a team. I think being a part of a fun, positive team, it is just more fun in life, right? I mean, we have zero fun right here. So why would you join a coaching team? So the first is kind of what we talked about. We want to be on a team of positive people who want to live fit and help others have goals. I think this is sometimes, you get to a point in life where you're just kind of sleepwalking through life, and you're just going through the motions, and you're just doing things. And to have goals, big goals, and to go for them, it's fun. And when you surround yourself with people who are like, okay, yeah, I see you going for big goals, like, I want to do that too. Super inspiring. One of my favorite quotes is from this Instagram account called the Posh Girls Club, and it's, having the right circle of women around you is honestly the biggest life upgrade. And I just resonate with that so much. And again, like you can see in these photos, we have zero fun. One of the coolest things about coaching is traveling. Obviously, we haven't gotten to do that a lot in the last couple of years, but there's lots of opportunities, and the conferences that Beachbody puts on, and I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, but they are fantastic. super fun, but I'll talk about those in a little bit here. But these are just some of the trips that I've been to. This was Beachbody Summit several years ago now. This was a diamond retreat. When you reach a certain rank, one of the top coaches throws a retreat for diamonds to learn more. Katie's actually working towards diamond right now, which is really awesome. And this was a leadership conference. So like when you reach another rank, you get to go to this leadership conference. Lauren and I went to this in LA, like literally 3 weeks before COVID shut everyone down. So we were like, whew, glad we got that in. And then quarterly, Beachbody does these super weekends, which I hope you and Katie can go to the one in April. But there's a live workout, there's a presentation, there's Energize, like it's just super fun. You get to meet other coaches. It's really, really fun to do. Okay, so like you and I talked about too, the second one here is that you stay committed to your own results. So really when you decide to start coaching others, this becomes your forever journey. This doesn't become a, well, I'm going to do it now and then I'm not going to do it, because you have people that have signed up with you and that are looking to you. And so it becomes a lifestyle and not a fad. We stay the path because we have the added accountability of the team. And like I said, we have skin in the game. Like we've got people that are like, well, what are you doing now? What's your workout? What are you eating? What recipes are you loving? And as a result, you do just get better results. I have never been this consistent in my adult life, and I'm going on 4 years. So my goal is that this is for me forever. So, oops, I went backwards. Not what I meant to do. Okay, the last is getting results. And I love that you have seen results, Lynn. I think that's so awesome. But I think there's so many options out there for health and fitness, right? Like there's so many messages you can get. There's so many options. And I love that we as a team, we have proof all the time that this works. And I think, so this is one of my coaches, Elena here, and we got on a call one night and it was so funny because I think one of, and we'll talk about this, but like one of the things that trips new coaches up a lot is inviting. Like I'm the concept of like, I'm nervous to invite people to do this with me. And Elena once was like, you know what? We need to stop being surprised when this works, because every time you help someone and they come to you and they're like, I've lost this amount, or I feel so much better, or I found a routine that I can actually do. You're like, oh, that's amazing. But we need to stop being surprised when it works, because it does work. And so many people have, I always say, like, one of the hardest jobs as a coach is to help people get out of their own way. Because I don't know if you did, Lynn, but like I had total negative thoughts about like an MLM, working out at home, a shake. I mean, I was like, I didn't like any of those things. And so for me, like I had to get out of my own way in order to do this, and to create the life that I wanted. But it's possible. And these are all people on our team, getting super fit. And the other cool thing is that we get, oh, Cherie's joining us. The other cool thing is that we get 25% off. Hey, Cherie.
Hey, I didn't realize there was a meeting.
Oh, no worries. We are, and I can send you this recording so that you can catch up on the first half though too. So we also get VIP access to a lot of the new programs and products as coaches, which is really awesome. I just got an email to apply to be in Joel Freeman's new program that's coming out this summer, to be a part of his podcast, which I don't know if I'm going to do it yet, but like, that's cool. Yeah. So I'm super excited to do that. All right. And so the last, I kind of talked about this briefly, but really the opportunity to travel, go on fitness trips, and attend these conventions. Like I would say doing the conventions and the conferences are so much fun. I don't know if you get to travel in your work.
A little bit.
Fun travel.
Mm-hmm.
I love to travel. Obviously, this is something that is in my blood. I just love it. And getting together in person and working out in person and going to these events, it is so fun. And just the energy that you get from everyone, and it's just to be surrounded by these women. It's such a good feeling. So like I said, there's the quarterly super weekend events. The next one is April 23rd in Milwaukee. There's the yearly coach summit that is in St. Louis. I know Katie is going. It is a blast. It's like a girls' weekend slash working trip slash fitness trip slash fun. Like it is just a blast. And the tickets are on sale for those through the 31st. And I put kind of like a breakdown in our team page too. The other thing is you have the opportunity to qualify for leadership conferences, team retreats, the Success Club trip. If you help 3 people a month, you earn a trip to an amazing tropical place for 4 or 5 nights. It's amazing. They all just went on their trip. We didn't go because at the time the COVID regulations were like, you'd have to quarantine for 14 days. And we have 2 small kids. Like that's not, we can't risk that right now. So that's why we're in Florida. But going to Mexico next year and I can't wait. And you get to bring your significant other. So, and it's paid for because you are helping more than 3 people a month. So I think that's pretty amazing. The last thing here is that you get to earn extra income for doing something that you're already doing. Lynn, I know you, I know you're working out, I know you're following your stuff. You're going to be doing this anyway. You're going to get paid for living healthy and fit. Sheree, I know you're finding a really good groove right now. And so like you're going to get paid for not only you taking care of yourself, but then helping others do the same. You get to work whenever you want. You get to decide when your work is. When I was working full time as VP of marketing, I would work out in the morning. I would do like a 5:30 workout. I would post my workout. At lunch, I would check in on a couple people, maybe send an email, check in on my group. And at night after the kids went to bed, I would maybe do like 15 minutes, like check in on my group. And then on Sundays, I would maybe do like an hour or 2, just like sending emails, checking up on people, making sure my group is set for the week, like scheduling everything out. Now, as I've grown, you know, this is something that I left my corporate life and I now coach full time, which is not 40 hours a week by any means, but it's full-time belief. And so now I spend on a normal week when I'm not traveling like this, I have about 3 days where I'm dedicated. And I probably do about 4 to 5 hours in those days. But I have the flexibility with my kids as they're little that I just didn't have with my corporate job. That was really stressful. So the cool thing about coaching too is for our family is that it has created breathing room for us in our life. My husband is a saver. He is going to save forever. And I am like we're alive. Let's live life today. And so for us, for many years, coaching was our fun money. It was our last year in like the middle of, was that last year? Yeah, last year in the middle of COVID, we were like, I was like, we got to get out of here. Like we're going to Florida, and we rented a house for a week, and we used my coaching money. You know, it afforded us a lot of things, like some extra upgrades in a house, and it became our yes money. It became our like, yes, we can do extra things, and yes, we can do that instead of saying no. So it's and obviously pays for all of our product too, which is awesome. So it just creates the kind of like that extra breathing room in life. Okay, so now I want to go through like, how do you actually earn an income doing this? So the first is that when you share the products and the programs with anyone, you get 25% commission. So if anyone joins you as a customer, you get 25% commission. If they buy bod ropes, you get 25%. If they buy Energize, 25%. If they buy apparel, you get 25% commission on that. So that's one way to earn. The second way is when you invite people to join the team. So if this is when they join as a preferred customer or as a coach, that's when you start to earn what's called volume. When you help a team member get started, you also get $50 bonus. And then as they purchase things and as they are part of the team, they earn volume. That volume in your account grows, and then Beachbody cashes you out. I'm not going to explain like the technicalities of that right now, but that's as a team, as you grow your team, that is how you start to build residual income. Now, this is key because the commissions from customers, that's transactional, right? Like you do one thing for them, you earn the commission. When you grow a team, which is where I'm at in the business, you have residual income. And when you help people find something that they love, And then they don't, obviously I help everyone, but like, they're not reaching out to me every day being like, Mel, what do I do? They find their groove. They're doing their thing. They love their results. They love Shakeology. They love Energize. That's just happening. So the residual income is really cool because that's where you start to really build financial success in a business, and you're doing less work and earning that residual income. And then the last thing that Beachbody does is that they give you bonuses based on how your team is doing. And so if my team does really well, Beachbody gives me the bonus. There is no such thing as taking from people's paychecks. Like, there's none of that. Beachbody is always adding to people, not like taking from other people. And these bonuses are significant. And I'm more than happy to answer questions about income and like what that looks like. But they're insignificant. They're very significant. I mean, at one level, they're $1,000 a quarter, and at the other level, they're $40,000 a quarter. Like, it's insane. So I have a couple of just testimonials of coaches that we've had on our team and asking them how has extra income impacted their life. And I want to insert the Beachbody income disclaimer that Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success, and that each coach's income depends on their own efforts, diligence, and skill. But I think this is important. This is not like a get rich quick. This is not like you don't have to work and you make this money. Like, there is hard work involved, and there's a lot of belief involved. And it's, to me, it's as much as you want it, you can have it, which I think is kind of cool. Okay, so Megan Russell, she said it let me do some fun stuff. She's a mama to two, working full time, but she does a lot of fun stuff: makeup, family shoot, gifts. She's putting into her kids' college funds, and saving up for vacation, and yeah, just like all fun stuff for her. Jenna McCaslin is one of my coaches, and she was actually my daughter's 4K teacher. She left the classroom and started teaching online in a couple different capacities. And then one of her online teaching companies basically shut down in the US. And for her Beachbody income allowed her to continue to stay home and work part-time with the other teaching job, and stay home with her kids. Like, that's something that her and her husband wanted to do. And so she has just been crushing it. But really, like, her income has allowed her to stay home with her family, which I think is really special. Lindsay Quirk, she's done a lot of fun stuff. She works full-time in HR. She's a mama to two. Her second is, 3-4 months old now, but it's allowed her to put her daughter in dance, pay for products that she loves, purchase school shoes. And they did go, this is a little older, but last year they went on their first family vacation to the beach, which I think is really awesome. And then me, I kind of already talked about this, but really Beachbody income gave us the flexibility to just do what we wanted without stressing about it. Long story short, but we lived in an apartment most of last year while we built a new house. And around Christmas, I was like, we have to get out of this apartment. We need to be in a home for Christmas. And I rented a cabin up north in the Dells and invited my family. And that's where we spent Christmas. And it was something I could do because of coaching. We got a new car. Again, long story, we were supposed to move to Germany and we didn't. And so we lost like my husband's company car. And yeah, we built a house, and we were able to say yes to a lot of things that come up building a house. This is our second time building a house. And, it's just, it's the same, like, extra expenses are going to happen. So, and then as of recently, I did leave in February, I left my corporate full-time job, decided, like, for our family, this is what I want. And by no means does my coaching income match software marketing corporate, but I'm going to get there probably by the end of next year, which to me is really cool. So I'm forever grateful for coaching. And then Lauren, so I'm sure you guys have seen Lauren. Lauren is my coach, my upline. She's amazing. And for her, this income has given her more freedom and choices in life, which we've talked about a lot. She's been able to say yes to more things, create college funds, and she left her high school teaching job. She was burned out, overworked, and she's been passionate about fitness for forever. I used to take her fitness classes when I was pregnant. and she's able to pursue her passion in health and fitness and work from home with the kiddos. So this is one of my favorite pictures from, we went to a smaller coach summit in St. Pete's last summer. This is just a group of the ladies that went. And so my question for you guys is, do you see yourself here? I hope you do. We are just seriously the most welcoming and inclusive group. And I love this quote at the bottom, like, coaches are not perfect. And that's not what anyone expects, but our job is to show people what is possible. Our job is to show people how we are imperfect and we still make it work. And really our goal is to help people make the most of the Beachbody systems and the Beachbody tools and products while life is happening. You know, I didn't take a break on my health and fitness for 2 weeks while we've been traveling. I just make it work. And I think too, like, this is another good point, is we don't need to be the experts in fitness and nutrition. Can you get passionate about it? Yes, I'm super passionate about nutrition. I feel like I may someday go back and get a degree in some sort of nutrition certification. But really we leave that up to Beachbody. Like, they have PhDs and researchers and amazing trainers creating all of that for us, spending millions of dollars on all of that. And we just get to help people make the most of it and do it ourselves. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? Anything that came up that you want to talk about?
I don't think so, no.
No questions? Lynn's already helped her first person, so let's give a round of applause for Lynn. And I think, Cherie, did you help someone too? Oh, you're not, you're muted, hon.
I've got a couple people that are trying the products and that are really liking them, but they haven't signed yet. But I think they're on the verge.
Okay, good. Way to go. That's awesome. I think helping people is, in our coach team page. So are you guys in Resilient Entrepreneurs yet? Probably not, because Lynn, you just signed up as a coach.
Yep.
So I run a separate Facebook group for people who are coaches, because it's different content. You know, the stuff that I do in Team Resilient Spirit is more like, you know, for your journey and mindset and that sort of stuff. And so I have a separate Facebook group where I run, I just share content. We have team meetings about coaching.
Mhm.
And one of the things I posted this morning was how, you know, there are things that Beachbody wants you to encourage to do as you're coaching, right? And sometimes you can get caught up in what their nomenclature, what they think is being successful as a coach. And it's just a reminder that, like, when you're helping people, when you focus on helping people, the rest of it doesn't matter. And you'll always come out on top if you focus on helping people see the same success that you have had. And so that's what I focus on every month, is like, who am I going to help this month? Whose life am I going to change this month? And the rest is gravy.
Right.
Cool. No other questions?
So I just keep reaching. That's what I've been doing. I just keep reaching out to them like every few days, you know, do you have any questions? Do you need anything else? How's it going? That's what I've been doing. And I'm hoping that, you know, I'm not like pushy, but.
No, you know what? I think that's one of we could do probably a whole call on like fears when you start coaching. And one of them is, I don't want to be pushy, or I don't want to be salesy, which, let's be honest with ourselves, like, we're all in sales, whether we're convincing our spouses like where we want to go for dinner, or
right,
we want our kids to do a certain thing. Like, you're always selling. But for me, I believe in these products so much, and I know how much it will change someone's life, that I have no qualms reaching out. And like,
I mean, and if it didn't help me, I mean, I'm one of these that I've tried so many products and they just didn't work. This is the first thing that has actually worked.
Yeah. And I think when you come across, Cherie, with that passion, like, I heard very early on in my coaching journey that people match your confidence and people match your energy. And so if you come across, you're like, well, there are these things, you can maybe try them. no one's going to sign up because you're afraid of being pushy. No one's going to do it. But if you're like what you just said, Shree, like, I have tried so much. I am freaking loving this. I want this for you too. Do you want to try it?
Right.
Like people are like, oh, okay, yeah, I want whatever you're doing.
Right. And I've been posting a lot, and then I was like, maybe I'm posting too much.
Takes people on an average, I'm in marketing, right? So it takes people more an average of 7 times to see something before they pull the trigger. So you're never
Okay.
posting too much.
Okay.
How
Yep.
do you give people samples of things? Do you give them just some of what you already have?
Yes, I did. And actually, Melissa, who is my coach, she sent out a few samples and they were like, oh, I love this. Do you have another flavor? And so I met them and actually gave them something I had. And they were like, oh, well, I even like that even better. And so I was like, okay, great. And then I gave them some ideas like, hey, add this. If you didn't particularly like that, well, then try something that you do like,
Yeah.
if you're not a strawberry person or you're not a this person, we'll try something like this, and just, I gave them some ideas that I had tried, and
Yeah.
it worked to put in their Shakeology. And,
Right.
I just gave them a few ideas and I'm like, you don't have to take everything away immediately, but just try cutting back, on your snacks or cutting back on your breads and cutting back on this first and slowly take things away and then add a walk today and then tomorrow add a workout. And then, that's what I did. My sister and then a friend that I went to high school with, and they're like, okay, I'll try this. And, they're like, hey, this is really working. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, are you going to, and I'm thinking, okay, well, you said it's working. Are you going to, I'm thinking,
Hey,
okay, well,
work out with me.
Are you going to sign? But I'm like, I don't want to be like, okay, but
I
so
think
I guess,
Sheree,
like she said, it takes them a little bit to like
yeah,
do a light bulb above their head, but I don't know.
you're doing
Yeah,
all the right
hopefully.
things though.
Yeah,
You're doing all the
hopefully
right
it'll-
things. And I think like Linda, our conversation earlier about how our health is our number one job. And it is so easy. It is so easy to invite people to work out with me. I'm not like, here, you go do this. I'm making you do this. It's, do you want to work out with me? I'm doing a group in a week. Do you want to do it with me? That aspect of it feels really good. So I never have any issues. And I mean, I follow up anytime someone says I'm interested and then they don't sign up, I follow up with them for forever. Every month I reach out and I say, hey, since you were interested in the past, here's my next group. Do you want to join me? And every month, I mean, I've been doing this for 4 years. So, I mean, I have a list of many people and I send these emails once a month. And every month I have 1 or 2 people sign up. I had someone sign up with me in December who I asked when I first started 4 years ago.
Oh,
She
wow.
signed up. And so it's just people see the consistency and, it's almost like people are always looking, they're like, are you really going to do that? Are you really going to finish that? It's like almost people like, it's got to be something psychological where they're waiting for you to not do it. And then when they see you like, oh, you're still doing that thing. Okay, maybe I should do this. So your journey, as always, is the most important. Okay, so in terms of next steps, you both are already signed up. Sheree, are you signed up as a coach? Like, can you add people or no? Okay, so you're just going to want to talk to Melissa when you're ready to do that, and she'll help you actually sign up as a coach. Lynn, I'm going to add you to our Resilient Entrepreneur group, and then I'll touch base with Katie, but there's like just some basic certain steps that I recommend in terms of new coaches. And then I'm going to, since you guys were on live with me today, I'm going to send, I'm going to do a wheel decide, and one of you will win a weekender pack. Has anyone had a weekender pack before? It's like this adorable little Beachbody pack full of samples, basically.
Nice.
So I will, here we go. I'm going to pull up a wheel decide. Oh, Lynn, on the samples thing. So one of the things that I've done over the years is I get the sticks or the packets of product when I bought Gut Health Protocol, I'll get a box of sticks. And I have like a Beachbody store in my pantry. And I actually, anytime someone signs up with me brand new, I send them like a little welcome pack of stuff. Exactly what Cherie said, like, try this. This is why I love this. This is how I use this. And it gets them to try some things. I actually don't typically give samples before someone signs up. And I also don't recommend doing the 2-week free trial to BOD either. This is why. A lot of times people will get a sample or they'll get the free 2 weeks to BOD and they'll try one workout. And maybe they'll do 2 workouts. And then after that, they're like, well, that didn't really work. And you're like, well, yeah, duh, it didn't work. You worked out twice. You had 1 sample. And so my goal, and it's kind of like the notion of like, my Target sunglasses, like I throw on the car floor. My Ray-Bans, actually, I earned these from Beachbody. My Ray-Bans, like I put them in the case and I take care of these bad boys. And so to me, like you want to find the people who are ready to invest and do a group. Have them do 21 days, because when they finish a group, they see results and they stay. But when people do the 2 weeks and do 1 or 2 workouts, like they're like, nah, it's just like any other thing. So that's just my personal philosophy. And I really get people, like a lot of times my language is very much like, just try it for 30 days. If you literally have nothing to lose. So just try it. It's not a lifetime commitment. Like just try it with us. Okay, here I'm going to I'm going to type in your names really quick. Lynn, thank you so much for joining live, ladies. Cherie. All right, ready? Here we go. Apply wheel changes. I'm going to do this live so you guys can see this. There we go. And the winner is Lynn. Oh shoot, I hit it again. I did see Lynn. Did you guys see that? Congratulations, Lynn. I will send you the weekender. Yep. I'll mail that to you, and I'm excited for you both. And let me know if you guys have any questions.
Will do. Thank you.
All good? Yeah, of course. Have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go back to school.
Enjoy. Bye.
Guys.